Welcome to the drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Big Dogs and Sports Jack Plays YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour and give you guys enough time to get your bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Big Dogs and Sports Jack Plays. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us today. All right, with us is Tony Brown. We got Shane Mickle, Damian Sosh, Jay Briggs, Alex Smart, and of course, Millz will be signing in a little bit later. And here's how they're going to line up for this evening. We got Smart, Sosh, Mickle, Brown, not Mitch, and then I will close this one. Mitch has a day off today. He's not on today. Because you're watching this, Mitch. No, it was just a typo. No worries there. No worries there. All right, let's go. Let's get this one underway. We got the Monday night, Thursday night game tonight between Broncos and Colts. A lot of coverage, triple coverage from that game. We got a side as well as a couple of props for you, so we'll have those for you as well. Of course, a light sports day, but we're not going to stop us there. We have a nice NBA prop for you on the show, as well as we're going to give you some action from Game 1 here of the Wild Card Series. We do have some day games going on, so we'll try and get you some coverage there because those games will not be on. Well, maybe on. Some may be over by the time we go on the air tomorrow. So that's in play as well. We also going to bring in a college game for tomorrow. Let's go. Let's get this underway. Let's go to welcome in Alex Smart. If I'm over at Pick Dogs, where he does great work up there, so we'll bring in Alex Smart in right now. I think he's ready to roll here. Alex, what's happening?
Good, Tony. How's everything today? Getting ready for baseball, I take it.
I'm ready for baseball. Looking forward to this little, no games today, but we were ready to rock and roll here with the 4 games tomorrow. A lot of day action. I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me at all. So we're going to go here to actually competing against the night game tomorrow. Is this one at 7 Eastern time? A lot of college football on Friday. Like it. We're going to slip in a college football game here, light card here today. We got Rutgers here to host Nebraska. Nebraska road favorites -3, total 49.
We're going to go with powerful Rutgers. No, it's not because they're powerful. I know that Rutgers gets pissed on a lot, but, Greg Schiano, he's a fine coach. He's done some great work with Rutgers to make them a more competitive team and, far from explosive. But, hey, last week they dealt well with Ohio State, sort of. I mean, Ohio State's a powerful football program, and now the sledding is going to get much easier here against the Nebraska side. That is in an emotional letdown scenario situation because Mickey Joseph had the team all ramped up and they really ran over their opposition last week and got the Nebraska's Cornhuskers first win in a while that meant anything anyway. So that whole team, it was like they had won a national championship. But anyway, they've done that quite a few times over the last couple of years where they just go emotionally crazy because of a win. Anyway, so congratulations to Mickey Joseph. But now this is the problem. They're going to be in an emotional letdown situation, like I said. They go against a Scarlet Knights team with the number 10 defense in the nation. And you have to remember that the Cornhuskers have the number 124 overall defense in the nation. And no matter which way you peel this orange, it's not a good situation. I really believe that we have value with the home side, Rutgers. So,
all right, home side here with the Rutgers here getting the 3 at home here against Nebraska. Yeah, hard to argue that one. Also, Vidral, we'll see what his role is going to be with the team. He ran the ball last week, the starting quarterback here who missed a lot of the action. We saw a little bit of spot play last week. And, the issue there with Nebraska, you mentioned, is the fact is that they're a very bad defensive team. Rutgers, if they keep it on the ground, I think that's where they have their success. And also, too, that Northwestern game was not a true road game. That was a neutral site game. So they played four straight home games after this. So this is really the first true road game of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to know Nebraska's lost 18 of the last 22 on the road straight up. So this is not a team or a football program that really does well on the road. So, taking points here is not a stretch.
Coaching change, interim coach now in his first road game, so that's also another challenge here for Nebraska. Rutgers +3 here against Nebraska. This one to have a start time here of 7 Eastern time. Looks like over on the Big Ten. All right, Alex, let's go over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, we do have that one from the NFL showing private this year in the NFL as well as college football. preceding a big weekend of action. Major League Baseball playoffs, NFL, college football, huge weekend coming up. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got a load of action. I've got NFL action on tonight. I've got the side selection up. I've got. I'm going to have. I'm just keying. I'm waiting for a couple of injury reports for Friday night college football. Going to have a big card on Saturday. Going to have at least 3 selections up in the NFL on Sunday, and I like the Monday night game. I like the total in the Monday night game. So we're going to have a pile of action for the next few days. So join me, and let's just beat the shit out of the books. Let's just have no mercy. I'm in one of those moods.
That's right, Alex. Ready to roll here, guys. Got on board with Alex Smart over at Pick Dogs. A premium big weekend of action here. We've got no doubt about that. We've got the baseball coming up. We've got a lot of football as well. He does have a side here from the Broncos and Colts, so good time to get on board with that individually or with all this action. Also, we have the NHL starting here tomorrow morning, morning in Pacific time zone, Eastern time zone. That would be about a 2 o'clock start, 3 p.m. in Alex time. But we have that also going on, so lots of action. Maybe that 7-day All Sports Fest will serve you well. He'll get all of Alex's plays for 7 days. We'll include all his baseball because that will cover you here for the entire wildcard series as into the second series, right? Because we start a Tuesday, we go into the divisional series, so you get your Tuesday and your Wednesday coverage with that 7-day All Sports Pass, as well as all of Alex's plays here from the NHL. We do have the North American opening nights. I believe it's Monday, so we're getting closer, guys. With the full cards from the NHL, we're just going to have the games in Prague here Friday and Saturday. It covers all the football with Alex as well. All your college football here as well as NFL. So that will cover you Thursday. We'll also cover you Sunday and Monday with that 7-day pass. So really good value right now. Again, all the sports, a lot of sports now overlapping. So great time to get these all sports passes now. You'll start to see it now as with NHL will start to roll tomorrow, and we start NBA is just 12 days away. So get on board here with Alex. Use that promo code WIN15 at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week.
I want to ask you one question before I leave. Are the Lakers going to be champs this year?
Oh, goodness, no. Tony Brown. Oh, goodness, no. I thought you thought you were going to ask me if they were going to playoff team. you do a little softball. This wasn't a softball. It was a t-ball question.
I just thought I'd throw that in. Have a good weekend, Tony.
All right, Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with coverage, guys. I know I got to confront Tony Brown a little bit with this, so we'll talk in a little bit. Right? But fortunately, it may wear off a little bit because he's a few guests down the road here. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's welcome in Damian and Sosh. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Premium, doing good work up there. Bring him in right now. Damian, what's happened?
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. I'm looking forward to these wild card rounds. A lot of pressure right off the bat as we get these mini series, the best of 3 going off here. I think I mentioned yesterday with Mitch. You may not be old enough, but the NBA used to start these what they call the mini series. The first round used to be best of 3 back in the day, but here we go with MLB. Game 1 here as the Blue Jays here host the Mariners. The Blue Jays here minus 145, total of 7.
Yeah, it's just a really good pitching matchup here for this one. Mariners, Luis Castillo going against the Blue Jays, Alek Manoah. Alek Manoah, just in his second season here with Toronto, or second year in the majors, but he's been a force, 16-7, 2.24 ERA. He's backed by one of the better offenses you're going to find in all of Major League Baseball. But there's something about Luis Castillo. He's a guy that I really, really like. I think he's going to be up to this challenge of shutting down the Blue Jays offense. Between the Reds and the Mariners, he was 8-6 of the year, 2.99 ERA. And the Mariners have one of the best bullpens in baseball. They've got guys that when they come into the game with runners on, they're going to strike you out. I think that might be a little bit of an Achilles heel for the Blue Jays. The Mariners, I think, have the pen where the guys are going to come in, get a strikeout. The Blue Jays don't have those guys that really come in and strike you out as much. And the Mariners are used to playing tight games. Throughout the season, they had 31-run victory, over 31-run victory. So, these guys are used to pressure-packed situations. They're used to tight games. They have taken 5 of 7 from the Toronto this year. And like I said, I like Luis Castillo, and I think he's going to get the job done for the Mariners tomorrow, and I like that plus money, so I'm going to go with the Mariners in this one in Game 1.
All right, big plus money here with the Mariners. It isn't quite plus 150. We're looking here about plus 125 here Actually, I think I had the wrong game up there for Damian. We'll take this one down here. But yeah, I'm with you here on this one. It was one thing I really like about Castillo when he debuted with Seattle. I'll always remember this game. He went into Yankee Stadium to face Garrett Cole. Right, that was his first start. You're with your new team. You're in Yankee Stadium. You got Cole on the mound, and he pitched a gem in that game.
Yeah, he was great in that game. And then I think it was a couple starts later, he faced the Yankees again, where I think he went like 8 innings, gave up. I don't even remember if he gave up a run in that game. He's a guy, I mean, he didn't get to pitch in many big situations as a member of the Reds, but he's just a guy when I see him, he just kind of has that, he's unflappable. And that's what you need in the playoffs. So, I'll take my chances with Castillo on the mound, no doubt about it in this one.
Yeah, I can't argue that one here with Damian there looking at Castillo. The opening here, it was kind of Seattle. They kind of got a little better right now, but boy, they went through some of a bad run, or else they would have been hosting a wild card because of the way they kind of struggled down the stretch.
Yeah, that is a shame. But they are a team that also has won 14 in a row. So if they get hot at the right time, who knows? Who knows how far they really could go? But I do like I said, I like Castillo in this one. I like their pen in the series.
All right, here we go with Damian. Of course, you wish you would have got the Phillies could have signed him, right? It was got from the Reds. They could have.
Yeah.
That would have been
they could have.
That would have been a big get there if they could have got him. Mariners plus 125 against the Blue Jays. This one, an early start time, 4 Eastern time tomorrow over on the ESPN networks have the wild card games for tomorrow. All right, Damian, let's go over at Pick Dogs Premium. We have that one game here from the NFL, but boy, we're heading into a huge weekend of action here. We see the numbers here, 428 units of profit last 7 days, all documented. So we got the NFL game tonight. We get into the baseball playoffs tomorrow with a good card of college football as well. Tomorrow, also started the NHL season as well tomorrow, as heading into a big football weekend. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we're going to have a big weekend. Actually, today, I know we just have the one game out there, but I like play on the side and the total in tonight's Thursday night NFL game. But as for this weekend, it's going to be a big card. We had went 5-2 last Saturday in college football. A lot of games I'm eyeing up for tomorrow and the weekend. Then obviously the NFL. So it's going to be a big weekend, guys. We're going to make some money. And the NHL starts tomorrow. So keep your eyes out for a couple NHL plays. We had a good NHL run last year. We're starting to really heat up in college football. And know we gave a little bit back yesterday in the college football game, but we're going to get this back tomorrow and then some on the weekend. So hook yourself up with the long-term plan, guys.
That's right, guys. Again, more with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the results here have been really good here. 428 units profit in the last 7 days. Get on board. He's got 2 plays here for you from the NFL game. So get on board. These both are a profit guarantee. He does have one there priced at $15. So again, that's his $15 premium. And that is the side. The total here is at $25 here, but they're both credit guarantees. So if they must win or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That's what credit guarantee is. But if you may save money here, go with the long-term passes. These are not credit guaranteed because they're sold at a discount. We've been talking about that 7-day pass with all this action going on. You want to get on board here with that 7-day pass. Get all of Damian's plays here. Major League Baseball will cover the entire wild card round, as well as the first 2 games of the divisional series as they begin Tuesday and Wednesday. Also in play is the NFL Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. The college football for Friday, as well as Saturday. So a lot, and of course the NHL, which gets underway here tomorrow, and then we'll have the North American opening nights early next week. So a lot of action here coming up, guys. With all these sports overlapping, you can use the promo code WIN15 at checkout, and you'll be able to save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Damian, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend. Hope to catch up with you again next week.
Thanks, Tony. Talk to you next week.
We got a Damian Sosh here on the drive too. Let's continue our coverage. We've seen a lot of people sign in, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we will do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Here we go with pick 1 as we have triple coverage tonight here from the NFL game. So let's go ahead and welcome in Shane Mickle. If I'm over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's put up some fantastic numbers here. I think we're ready to roll. Let me go back here. We're going to get in Shane Mickle. Get ready to roll in just a second here. Where's Shane? Here he is right here. Let's bring Shane in right now. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going today, Tony?
It's going great. All right, here we go. 8:15 Eastern time on Prime. We have the Broncos here hosting the Colts here. The Broncos minus 3.5, total 42.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago, this might be the 3:25 game on a Sunday afternoon with Russell Wilson and Matt Ryan going head to head. But these days it's a little different, and these are both teams who have really struggled. Both these teams are without their starting running backs in this game. But I think that actually, even though Jonathan Taylor is the bigger name here, I think that actually favors the Colts in terms of who I'd rather be having missing their starting running back. Matt Ryan, even though they lost the last game, he still threw for 325 yards and a couple touchdowns. And the reason they struggled against the Titans was they couldn't slow down Derrick Henry. The Broncos really don't have anyone who can run the ball. I mean, they've got Melvin Gordon who can't seem to hold on the ball. Mike Boone. They signed Latavius Murray, but it sounds like he's going to be inactive tonight. So I think they're really going to have struggle having a balanced attack. And with Russell Wilson, the way he's looked this season, I don't think that's good for their offense. I think the Broncos struggle to score here. I won't be shocked if the Colts pull the upset outright, but I'm going to take the points.
All right, we got we got Shane here on the Colts plus 3.5 here against the Broncos, and a couple of things going into this one. Of course, the Matt Ryan, right? He did not look good in his 2 road games against Houston and that bad game against Jacksonville. And of course, and the Broncos defense, to their credit, giving up 10-2 of the 49ers and 9 to Houston at home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a good point there with that Broncos defense. But I think it's more just going to be the lack of scoring from the other side that's going to be an issue. I mean, I'm wondering how the Broncos are feeling right now, but giving Russell Wilson that big extension in the offseason, and maybe he'll be fine. It's still early in the season, adjusting new system, new teammates, new town. But he better start playing better if he's going to live up to that contract. Otherwise, this doesn't look like a very, very bad trade for the Broncos here in a year or two.
Yeah, first-year veteran, longtime veteran quarterback paired with a first-year head coach. That's kind of an awkward marriage there, because usually if you're the veteran, Shane, don't you want to be around some veteran coaching?
Well, yeah, especially when Russell Wilson can't be happy with the decision that the coach is making. That'd be the last person I'd want on the sidelines in the final 2 minutes of a game, trying to do clock management or throwing stupid challenges or whatever. I mean, it's not a good look when 2 weeks in you have to hire a game manager to manage your timeouts and challenges for you. Now, given some teams have that, but it just shows how little faith they have in their coach. But Aaron Rodgers definitely got him that coaching job, but it's a little different here with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, indeed. Shane here on the Colts plus 3.5 here against the Broncos. This one will have a start time here of 8:15 Eastern time. Amazon Prime will carry this one. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium here for tonight's action. Great results here over the past 30 days. 2,128 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'll tell you guys to go over there and visit Shane's handicapper page over at Pick Dogs. Go down to the pick history. You can see all the plays. Everything's fully documented. So they all adds up here to 28 units of profit. Of course, we do have the NFL game up there going tonight, preceding a huge night, a huge weekend here of action from baseball playoffs, start of the NHL season, a lot of football, NFL, and college. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, it definitely is a big weekend of football coming up. Tonight I just have one play on this NFL game for $29.99, but hop on long term. I've been near the top of the leaderboards for the last almost 2 months in terms of the last 30 days, and I continue to have that success. The MLB has been my strength the last 2 months, and that's usually how it's been in most of my sports. I start out a little slow in sports, but then I heat up around playoff time. So I plan to continue that, and then NHL is just around the corner. NBA is right around the corner. So the 30-day pass makes the most sense, I think, right now. And you'll also get all my UFC if the UFC is off this weekend, but there's a couple of big cards coming up that I plan to have a few plays on. So hop on something long term and let's make some money together.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results here. 2,128 units of profit over at Pick Dogs tonight. A Thursday night winner here from the NFL. Credit guarantee must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back into your account for site credits. That's credit guarantee. Also, as we talked about, as Shane is talking about, that 1 month all sports pass. A great time to get on board with Shane with 1 month. You see the results have been fantastic. Get all of Shane's plays here from the NFL and college football for 30 days. Also in action is Major League Baseball. Will cover you all the way to World Series, all the end of the World Series. Yeah, World Series will end on, if we go 7, it's scheduled to end on November the 6th. So that would cover you for the entire postseason with that 1 month all sports pass. Why put up an MLB postseason pass when you got it on 38 all sports pass? That's the way to roll. Because you'll also get all of Shane's plays here from NHL. If he's in action, we'll see. We've got it starting again this week and early next week, the North American opening nights as well. NBA is in play. We're 12 days left until we start that Tuesday night doubleheader from the NBA. And then, because you know what the NBA is like, we get about anywhere from 4 to 8 games a night. It will be a continuous action here, and so a good time to get on board with that 1 month pass. This is the time to do it because we got all these sports overlapping, right? With that 1 month pass, all the football, pro and college, the pro hockey, the pro NBA, as well as the baseball playoffs. With that 1 month pass, you are covered for the entire postseason because the World Series Game 7 would go off November 6th, and that would be covered under the 1 month all sports pass. So go ahead and get on board with Shane Mickle. Use the promo code WIN15 at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Shane, it's always great having you show. Of course, not to mention all his UFC coverage he'll have here as they'll take the weekend off here, but they'll come back again with more fights, so you want to check it out. All right, Shane, it's always great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll talk with you again next week.
Sounds good. And one last point, yeah. In terms of buying packages from anyone here, it definitely is the best time. It's really this month pass right now is really the only time that you'll literally get every sport that happens between NBA and college basketball starting in a month. In a month, I'll be down in Lawrence taking in a Jayhawks game. It's crazy how fast that sneaks up on you too. So yeah, no better time to save that money on the long-term passes, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Shane Mickle here on the drive-through. All right, let's continue our coverage, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we're seeing a lot of people sign in. We will do a recap at the end of the show. All right, now let's continue on here on the show. Now it's time to go out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and let's welcome in Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs at Premium. Does great work up there. See if we can bring in Tony right now. Tony Brown, how's it going?
Tony T, what's going on, bro?
It's going great. All right, here we go. We're going to get a light sports card tonight, but, man, it's preceding a heavy weekend. So we're going to get into some baseball here for tomorrow, 8 Eastern time. We have the Mets here to host the Padres. The Mets here minus 140. Total of 6. This is game 1 of the wild card round.
Yeah, this is going to be a nice playoff series. I like the Mets to win this actual series, but in game 1, I think Padres pull off the upset in game 1. It's a bad pitching matchup for them. They got Darvish on the mound. I know with Max Scherzer on the other side for the Mets, they're at home. The whole public's jumping all over the Mets. But Darvish has absolutely killed the Mets this season. He's pitched 2 games against the Mets. He's won them both. He went 7 strong in both, so he's 14 innings. He's got 15 Ks combined with only 1 earned, and he earned the win in both of them. Absolutely dominated Mets hitters, and I expect more of the same in this one. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Obviously, you got Scherzer on the other side, so with both pitchers dueling, I like those big bats of San Diego. They paid for Juan Soto. They gave him a big contract, so it's time for the Stars to show up and show out. I like it to be a close game, and I like the San Diego to get to the Mets bullpen late, and Darvish to hold the Mets down, and San Diego to get the win on the road in game 1.
All right, we got Tony Brown and record here. Game 1 of the wild card round. Padres plus 120 against the Mets. Padres played well on the road this year. That's one thing I'll give them credit for, and they seem to play pretty well down the stretch. Of course, you got to really like the well. Again, in the series here, you're looking here at the Padres, and of course, pretty good pitching rotation there when you put in Snell the way Snell has played. So they got pretty good. They got a good combination 1-2 going in the series. But you got to wonder here. The effects, and I won't know. We'll say much the effects of that series against the Braves, because I got to give the Mets a little credit. They did come out and win that doubleheader against Washington. Well, it's the Nationals, you can say that, but the way they did it, it seemed to me that their mind was right. You came off that horrible that 3-game loss here to the Braves, and they were able to actually show some face here. And even though it's the Nationals, they could have just packed it up there, but they did at least compete there in that series.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you on that one, Tone. I think they actually packed it up. They have the division on the line, playing the team that they needed to beat, and got swept. I think they packed it up before the playoffs. I think me and you, with a couple of the guys at Pick Dogs, can beat the Nationals. So beating the Nationals doesn't show me anything. It just shows me that they beat the Nationals. But when the stakes were on the line, the NL East on the line, time to get it done, they got swept by the Braves. So they didn't show me nothing, and I think San Diego's a much better team than Washington, so they better come prepared.
Yeah, of course, you saw what happened with DeGrom and Scherzer that series against the Braves. That was really gut-wrenching for them to let that big lead slip away. Tony Brown here on the Padres, plus 120 against the Mets. This one to have a start time of 8 Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Screen for tonight. Good results here in the NFL this year. And, of course, over the past 30 days as well, showing 736 units of props. So Tony Brown doing great work over at Pick Dogs. We know there's that one game from the NFL tonight, preceding a huge weekend of action as we got the wild card round from baseball this weekend. We got Friday, Saturday there, Sunday if necessary. Also, the NHL begins tomorrow with those 2 games in Prague, Friday, Saturday, as well as all the NFL and college football action. Huge weekend coming up, Tony Brown. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we got everything. Tonight, we just got our our NFL play-up tonight. It's the Thursday night football. We let that game stand alone. And then tomorrow, like you said, we got the NHL. It's finally come back. And, that's our wheelhouse. We're ready to make some money from the gate. And then we got a big slate in college football, NFL. All the plays will be up this weekend. You can get them all individually or grab one of those good packages.
All right, guys, again, I'm here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the results been outstanding here in the NFL, also showing great profit over the last 30 days. Does have his 10-star NFL Thursday 2 play up there on there, individual play here for a credit guarantee must turn a profit. The amount you purchase credit back in your account. That's credit guarantee up on the site, so get on board there, as well as Tony Brown's long-term passes, of course, that we talked about, a 3, a 7, or a 30-day all sports pass. You get all of Tony Brown's premium plays for that time period you select. When you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. But Tony Brown, still, we always talk about that VIP sports pass that you have up there, that 1-year pass for the everyday bettor. It's a great value up there.
Yeah, it's all about value. Like tonight's play is a buy one, get one free. I actually posted the game and the side, but if you buy the side, you get the total free. I put it right in the write-up. It's right in there. You got to buy it to get it. And you can crush with a 2-team parlay, and then you can get the year pass. It's every sport. It's not an individual sport pass. It's 365, a whole year of plays. Every pick I release, there's no upselling. You get the playoffs and the championships for one low price. It comes out to like about $3 a day for the whole year, and if you're serious about making money, you can't afford not to grab that.
That's right, guys. That 1-year all sports pass. Get on board here with Tony Brown, including postseason with that 1 year from every sport. He's in action, all the major sports here. NFL, football, college and pro, basketball, college and pro, baseball he's in action with, as well as the NHL. So a good time to get on board with Tony Brown. Of course, we'll save you some money here. We'll take 15% off that pass right now. And that's a significant savings there. You're looking at, let's see, 130 less 65, about $195 off right now. When you use that promo code WIN15 at checkout, you'll save that when you can access Tony's page by clicking the link in the description. On the All Cappers tab, you'll find Tony Brown there on the All Cappers. Click and get signed up. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great to have you on the show. Have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk with you again next week. And I think LeBron's saying that he wants to own an NBA team in Las Vegas. Must have been music to your ears.
Yeah, he called me. We talked about it or whatever, so I think we're going to put that into play, and he'll probably be the majority owner. I'll have a small part, very, very small, but I think we're going to do that.
Even the small parking, you can score tickets off them. Even no care how small that part is, man, that's the way to roll. All right, Tony, have a great weekend. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, so thanks for having me, and I'll see you guys next week.
You got Tony Brown here on the drive to. Let's continue, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll do a recap at the end of the show. All right, let's continue on here. More coverage here from the NFL. And we're going to welcome in Millz right now. We're going to the Millz. Yes, we are. We're going to Millz. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he does great work up there. Have you seen his UFC numbers, his MMA results, man? Every week when I update the records, every week, always going up and up and up and up. I never had to bring those numbers down every week. It's amazing. His performance in the MMA this year. It just amazes me. Let's go ahead and bring Millz in right now. Millz, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony T? Shout out to all the Pick Dogs out there in the chat today.
Absolutely. Shout out to everyone in the chat room tonight. We got a good one tonight here at 8:15 each time on Prime with Broncos here to host the Colts. Broncos laying 3.5, total 42, but you're going to be looking at this one a different way.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Baseball season just ended up, had a positive year in that, so definitely, man, got to give a little shout out for that. But now, player prop to get you on top. I'm coming with something fierce. I'm looking at Alec Pierce. Over 2.5 receptions. All right, so give you some little numbers that I've been going down with them. All right, week 1, he only had 2 targets, no receptions on there. After that, missed a couple of weeks, got hurt. After he came back, week 3, He was able to get 5 targets, 3 receptions in that game. The next following game, he had 6 targets for 4 receptions. He had the most amount of targets as any receiver on there for the Colts. The reason why I like this guy, 6'3", coming from Cincinnati, had my eye on this guy. Why? Because he played with Desmond Riddler, the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. He's a 6'3" wide receiver who kind of plays like a Julian Edelman type, Cooper Cup-ish that you want to categorize him. So in other words, he doesn't need a lot of yards. He's going to be getting those short receptions to move the ball down the field, to get you like an 8-yard rush. That's where he's going to be getting his catches at. So he's real efficient at running those screen routes too. Reminds me of some of those even older receivers that they had back in the day when they used to have Isaac Cruz and Terry Holton and Asa Hakeem running around for the Rams and stuff. So yeah, I'm on Alec Pierce over 2.5 receptions with Michael Pittman in the game. I mean, he's going to be getting targets, but the thing is this, Matt Ryan already through week 4, week 5, he's spreading the ball out. He's spreading it out to the tight ends. He's spreading it out to Nigel Hines, the running back. It's multiple games in there to where 7 different receivers have receptions. So I'm definitely going to be playing this prop to get you on top.
That's right. I love how you always use the receptions, not the yards here. Over 2.5 receptions here. And I think that's a great play because, again, no Taylor. The backup is okay, but, again, you can't run the backup the entire game, right? That's all heavy load. But, again, it's going to be those short, quick passes, right? They count the same. They count as a reception. It doesn't matter how many yards you gain, right? You catch the ball, you get 1 or 2 yards, and he's going to have to get that ball off quick. Because the Broncos Padres are going to be coming after Matt Ryan, so he's probably going to have to try and get those little short outs in this game just to try to relieve the pressure.
And that's something that Matt Ryan's real used to over there in the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons' offensive line sucked for the last 2 years, so he would always be quick dropping it out to those running backs, going for screen routes on those quick receivers out there. Patrick Surtain, hell of a cornerback. He's going to have his hands filled locking up Michael Pittman from USC. Shout out to Michael Pittman with that. Pierce is going to be out there. You got Ronald Darby, I think, in the backfield too for the Denver Broncos. But like we said, we don't need a lot of yards. He can literally catch the ball, move up the field 1.5 yards and get tackled, and I'm literally smiling. So yeah, that's one thing that I always love. I love playing the receptions because the yards is just hard to get, and nowadays, give me the easy catches.
That's right, easy catches. Of course, with Ryan, he's a high-volume passer, used to using the passing game as a running game because for the longest years they had lousy running backs already, and also too because of the bad offensive line, right? That was the case in Atlanta.
Yeah, and then you got to think about it like this. Jonathan Taylor, I know he's not playing in this game, but I've been looking at some stats because somebody tried to trade me a fantasy proposal. And I was like, not having it. So check it out, man. Jonathan Taylor had about 22 carries each of these games. He's averaging about 2.2 yards a game. It's horrible. He has 1 touchdown on the season. They tried to trade him for my guy on my bench, Jamal Williams, the backup for Detroit Lions, who's been killing. Has way more fantasy points than Jonathan Taylor. So, yeah, I don't think that they're going to be looking to run the game without their prime franchise running back in the game. They need to get Matt Ryan acclimated to this offense and say, hey, man, let's see that you're better than Carson Wentz. Because if not, man, we might as well just start, looking at the tanking side, because it's not looking good for these Colts, man. When you come out week 1 and you tie the game to the Houston Texans.
Oof. Whoa. And you already said this while you played your starters in the preseason. We want to avoid a slow start. What happened? Another slow start here for the Colts. Alec Pierce over 2.5 receptions against the Broncos. This one to start here at 8:15 on Prime. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Print, where we've got an absolute fire. We've talked about the MMA. It just keeps going up and up and up. We have a little off weekend here from the MMA, but have you looked at Millz' numbers in MLB? And the positive side has been on fire. 7 straight winners over at Pick Dogs in Major League Baseball. He's been on fire. Overall, he's won. I'm looking at one page. I'm seeing here winning at 9 of his past 10. It's been on absolute fire. And I'm looking. You can do the same thing. Just go to Millz' handicapper page. You can check out the leaderboards there. Looking 10 of his past 11 have hit. 7 straight baseball winners just in time for the start of Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Man, loving the baseball card that we got kicking off these playoffs. I got one play up there for tomorrow. Going to be putting another play up there as well. But yeah, I'll be honest, man. This first round of this MLB playoffs, man, I'm just loving it, so I'm loving the lineups, I'm loving the odds, I'm loving the matchups. I already did my research. So yeah, come on over to Pick Dogs, get my MLB, Money Loves Baseball play. I'll put it up there for today. It's kicking off with the game, kicking off tomorrow, which I absolutely love. But like I said, I will have another play up there later on today. No UFC this weekend, but we do have UFC coming up next week. I'm thinking about putting a play up there this weekend because we're at plus money with it, and I know we won't be able to get those odds later on. So I'm even going to probably put some type of UFC play up there this week just so you guys can catch it and get those plus odds too. So yeah, this is the time, man. Like just like Shane Mickle said, I mean, you got NHL preseason hockey coming. I mean, you got NBA preseason kicking off right now. You got NFL in the prime. You got baseball in the playoff time. So baseball time, playoffs, this is the time to get paid off.
That's right, guys. I go with the Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. Premium has been on fire here. 2,614 units of profit showing profit in baseball this year. Huge close of the season. 7 straight winners from Major League Baseball. 10 of his last 11 have hit overall over at Pick Dogs. You can verify that by going to his handicapper page. Go down to Pick History. So get on board right now with Millz. 1,800 units of profit. All sports combined. 840 units the last 7 days. Right now over at Pick Dogs. Millz has his baseball play, a single play up there right now. Credit guarantee, that'll be his $15 play for Friday. So get on board right now. Must win, or the amount you purchase credit back into your account. That is credit guarantee means right there. Or as we talked about, here we are on a Thursday. Good time to get that 7-day All Sports Pass because that will get you the entire wild card coverage as well as the first two games of the divisional series Tuesday and Wednesday. So that 7-day pass is great to go because you get a lot of baseball there as well as all of Millz' football here coming up from the NFL. Your Thursday, your Sunday, your Monday is included there as well as all of the college football coming up here on Friday and Saturday. So a good time to get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dogs. Try with that 7-day pass, then come next Wednesday, reassess everything, and go longer term and when we get into a UFC week, get that 1-month All Sports Pass, and you can see the numbers are going up and up and up. And he's getting ready for another one. 7 straight winners in Major League Baseball, looking to make it 8 here on Friday. So you get on board right now with Millz because tomorrow it'll be 8 straight when that winner comes in. All right, Millz, as always, great having you show. Keep up their great work, and we'll talk with you again next week.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody out there. I just want to say, man, Pick Dogs over here, man, we've been doing a great job putting out free content. Check out everybody on the site right now. Everybody's killing it right now. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Just hit that like for us one time.
That's right. One time, guys. That thumbs up, we greatly appreciate. Shane, we've got Millz here on the drive-thru. All right, Millz Young doing fantastic work. Check him out and get on board with that play for Friday. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Before we do, reminder, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Time doing it. Jay Briggs. We're going off to the NBA with Jay, so it's a great little change of pace. Kind of like this week here. We touch up on a lot of different sports, a lot of NBA talk, a lot of baseball. When Rod's on, we get some and Al Ninos, we get a little bit of hockey for you. But right now, and we're getting into some NBA, and we got a nice NBA seasonal prop here from Jay. So let's bring in Jay right now. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony?
I'm doing great. I'm loving what's coming up. I love this time of the season here. We got baseball playoffs and we've got the NBA starting. I love NBA basketball. The drama and all the superstars, and amazing what they can do playing fast-paced basketball with that high heart rate and those high shooting percentages just amaze me. And if you ever tried doing that, try playing full court basketball. You'll see how hard it is. You'll see how hard it is to make a three-point shot. It's not easy. But anyway, we're going to be looking here at an MVP prop. Give it to us.
Yes, sir, Tony. NBA, like you said, right around the corner. My second favorite sport, right behind the NFL, and I mean like right behind it. My favorite NBA team is actually the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic took us on a deep playoff run last year, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't expect. Took us to the Western Conference Finals, and I've been telling people for quite a while, man, I think he's the best player in the league, or if he's not, he's top 1, top 2, top 3. And coming up this season, I really like his chances to win the MVP this season, Tony. I think Luka Doncic gets the MVP this season. We know how the NBA does its MVP. Once they kind of get keen to somebody, they don't like to keep giving it to them. So I highly doubt Jokic wins 3 MVPs in a row. I kind of think Joel Embiid missed his window. And
Giannis.
So Giannis Antetokounmpo, that's probably my second favorite to win it. But I still lean Luka Doncic, man. I think the way he does it, he just does it in a flashy way. He does it in a hey, look at me type way. The downfall to Giannis's game is it's all one dimensional downhill layup, dunk on you. You know what I'm saying? Luka step back threes, circus shots, amazing passes. He really just does it all, man. And it's a one-man show. I think the Mavs go on another deep playoff run this year, man. And with Luka at the helm, he actually finished. What did he finish? Third last season, and he came into the season kind of overweight, and he had to work his way into shape. So his first 2 months of the season weren't the best. But once he got into shape, man, if you go look at the numbers, his numbers were better than Jokic's and Embiid's to close out the season. And he's been playing all summer this season. If y'all haven't seen his summer pictures, man, he is absolutely ripped, man. He was going crazy in the Eurobasket this summer, playing against Serbia and Jokic over there, Giannis and them. He looks amazing right now, man. And I really think he gets this MVP this season. I think the NBA awards him. I think the Mavs go on another deep playoff run. I don't know if we get to the championship. I'm not going to call that one quite yet. I hope so, but the Warriors still look so good over there. It's hard to pick them to do that, but I definitely think he gets the MVP at plus 450. It's a good shot to just lay a little money on it. And I definitely think he shows us this season that he is, if not the best player, he's top 3 for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We listed some of the contenders out there we might have a little sweat with. I would say maybe even Donovan Mitchell going over to Cleveland. In that situation, he may raise his game or maybe get a little more noticed over there. He put up some good numbers, but in that situation, do you think a Mitchell might give you a little sweat?
I actually think this Cleveland team is going to be better than a lot of people think it is. Cleveland was one of my money teams last year. If y'all was betting Cleveland last year, you made a lot of money. And now they have a true scorer in Donovan Mitchell to help out Darius Garland. They will be a dark horse. But I think that team is going to be more of a conglomerate, and I think that is going to kind of hinder Donovan Mitchell's chance to win the MVP, although I think that Cleveland will be dominant.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Maybe a top 3 team in the East this season.
Yeah, and of course, there's a lot with Golden State. It's becoming more and more of a team game there. I know there's some people that love Curry, but I think what's happening, we're seeing some of the development of the youth there in Golden State, where they're going to share the basketball. There's just a lot of good talent, and they seem to play well as a team over there.
Yeah, man, Golden State, man. Man, those boys, they have the chemistry. They have the old guys that's been there. They have the young guys who are ready to go. Like that. If you want to build a franchise, that's how you do it, man. And to be honest, they're still my favorite to win it this year. I know some people have other favorites, but Golden State's still my favorite to win it this year. Those guys, man. Curry, he plays on another level, and when you have a guy like that at the helm, anything can happen, especially filling them with the guys he's done it with around him. I like Golden State again this season.
Yeah, it doesn't look
man,
like
this is going to be a great NBA season, man.
Oh, yeah. I love the NBA. I'm looking forward to, Devin Booker's situation there in Phoenix. Looks like there might be a bit of a toxic environment over with that team. I don't know why anyone would want to play in Phoenix. It's great weather over there. It's in West Coast City with experience. I don't know. Was it Chris Paul trying to be a player coach? I know that can rub some of the veterans the wrong way. But he's really great with young players, though.
Yeah, Phoenix. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on what's going on in Phoenix, man. I just think that finals meltdown, up 2-0 and then lose 4 straight. I just kind of think that's where it happened right there. I don't really know. I just think they ran into a bad matchup with Dallas last season. But Dallas is just a bad matchup for a lot of teams. They just play a different style of basketball. So it's going to be an interesting season to see if Phoenix can bounce back this season, especially with Aiden. He wanted to leave and go to Indiana, but now he's back in the fold. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, there's some rumblings there that, he doesn't want to talk to anybody. He doesn't talk to the coach. He's going to just, we'll see how that rolls. Of course, let's come out here to my neck of the woods. Of course, Kawhi Leonard we've seen him. I saw it from my eyes. He's playing in the preseason. He's going to give it a run. Your thoughts here, Kawhi returning from injury?
Oh, now that's another team that scares me is the Los Angeles Clippers, man. They put my Mavs at the playoffs before this last year. They put us out 2 years in a row. And Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, man, is probably the best 1-2 combo in the league. It really is, man. I think a lot of people are kind of selling stock on Kawhi and Paul George, but I'll buy some of it, man. Two-way players at that caliber, they still haven't reached the mountaintop that they wanted to reach. They're a real problem this season, especially if Kawhi can stay healthy. That's the big question right there. And I think he's on a mission this season, so it shall be interesting. I can't wait, man. Everybody's back healthy. Denver's back healthy this season with Jamal Murray. So the West is going to be tough. We've seen the Timberwolves are going to be better this season. Memphis is still viable. This might be one of the best NBA seasons to watch in a while.
Sacramento's still bad, so
Yeah.
Sacramento,
Yeah.
everyone's B. Although Portland, Utah will be the two teams that look to be going in reverse this year. You think? We'll get to the other team in LA after this, but yeah, those two teams look to be going in reverse.
Portland, they're going to be fighting for like the play-in spot. You know, Dame is going to keep them kind of viable, going to keep them interesting to watch. And who was the other team?
Utah, the Tankers.
Utah. Oh yeah, man. My Mavericks put a fork in them after that series. You know,
yeah, they complete new
they
restructure.
blew that all the way up.
Yeah, they blew them into tank
They're
mode.
trying to tank now for that Victor guy. Have you seen him in these last 2 days?
Oh man, I know. I've flashed of him. Yeah, he just
7'4", can handle the rock, shoot the ball, 37 points apiece in his last 2 days. He's looking kind of nasty. So I think a lot of teams are going to be tanking for him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And of course, we got to bring it up. Of course, LeBron James and the Lakers. Anthony Davis. I mean, you know, Anthony Davis is old. Can also give you a little bit of sweat because it doesn't seem like LeBron really wants to carry this team. Russell Westbrook, can he swallow his pride a little bit and get Anthony Davis involved a little bit more? Can Anthony Davis's bones get stronger? Maybe have a little bit more calcium in his diet over the offseason? How do you see it?
Man, this Lakers team is a tough team to evaluate. I'm actually probably LeBron James' biggest fan, man. I love me some LeBron James. But this season, this is how I see the Lakers. This season really comes down to Anthony Davis. I'm one that goes like Charles Barkley, street clothes Anthony Davis. Whenever you need him, he is on the sideline in street clothes. He is not in a jersey. You know, when the Lakers brought him over, it was to allow Bron to not have to carry the team. Anthony Davis was supposed to be a top 3 player in the league. He was supposed to be the one to carry the Lakers for the next 5 to 6 years, you know, and he just hasn't been able to do that. And he just can't stay healthy, man. And honestly, I don't think he stays healthy this season. So I think the Lakers, they do make it into the play-in this season because Bron's going to be on another level this season. He's going to pass Kareem, which is going to be an achievement in its own. I'm so proud of him, man. I didn't get to see Jordan, but I got to see LeBron growing up watching basketball, man. 9 out of 10 years he was in the finals, man. Like, we got to celebrate that man before he's gone, man. We're never going to see anything like him. So I hope the Lakers are viable this season. But
We'll see how it rolls.
I don't see it.
Man, you're making me feel even older. They used to say, I never saw Magic. Now they're saying, I never seen Jordan. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't see Jordan, man.
Oh, my God. Oh, thank goodness Mitch
I was born in 99.
No, good thing Mitch wasn't on this. He'd lose his mind. All right, here we go. All right, let's let everybody know what's going on over at Pick Dogs Premium J. We got great results in the NFL heading to a big weekend.
Yes, sir. So I got my NFL $20 best bet up there tonight. I think I found a little edge in this game here tonight. The Colts and Broncos should be a decent one. You can catch me and Mitch on at halftime for this one on Amazon Prime. Not everybody's favorite place to watch a game, but hey, Thursday night, we ain't got no baseball or anything else on tonight. We got some preseason basketball I'll be glancing at, but I'll be mostly watching this football, so that's the only thing I got up there for tonight. I'm going to have probably 1 or 2 plays up there for tomorrow's playoff baseball. I'm excited for that. My Blue Jays are in action tomorrow, ready to see what they got for me. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a great weekend. We got a lot of action this weekend, y'all. So, as the other guys were saying, this is the best time to hop on those long-term packages, man. It's the best value you'll get probably all year. Because you got NBA, NHL. Oh, we got NHL coming too. And I'm going to have a few plays in the NHL too. I kind of keep an eye on it. a little bit, not as much as some of the other guys on here, but I like the NHL. So a few plays coming from that as well. College basketball right around the corner, which is probably my third favorite sport to watch, man. So best season, man. It's that time of year, Tony. We're in full swing. We were just had baseball, but now we're in full swing, man. It's here now. So I'm excited for it. Ready to get it.
Yeah, we're in full swing here, guys. Got on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. When you see the good result in the NFL, has an NFL best bet up there right now. Credit guarantee must turn a profit or the value you purchase credit back in your account. That is credit guarantee, so get on board there as well. We talked about all the sports overlapping. Here's a good time for that monthly all sports pass from Jay. Get all of Jay's premium plays for the month. All his NFL for a month. All his college football for a month. All his Major League Baseball. This will take you to the end of the World Series, the remainder of the MLB playoffs. You get all rounds here: wild card, NLDS, NLCS, World Series. That will be done in 30 days from now. Matter of fact, November 5th is scheduled for Game 7, so you will have the World Series. So you'll get all the plays here. They're gonna condense these playoffs. Let me tell you, they got to get them done. So we'll get on board here with Jay with that 1 month all sports pass. Also, NBA is in play 12 days from now. We got the doubleheader ready to roll here. It looks like it's Celtics, Sixers, Lakers, and Warriors there on Tuesday on TNT. Remember, it's TNT on Tuesdays now until football season's over. So I got on board there with Jay with that 1 month all sports pass. Use the promo code WIN15 at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay, it's always great having you show. I know you got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. We checked you out here with the NFL show. Well, actually, I didn't say it was out this week. We were off this week, but I know you were in a lot of the shows over the weekend shows, as well as halftime, right? Halftime tonight with Mitch?
Yes, sir. Halftime with Mitch. I missed yesterday's show. I should be back next week for the NFL. So, yeah, halftime tonight. I'm excited for this NFL weekend. My Cowboys got the Rams this week, so should be a great one. I'm excited for that one. I think Big Al said he's going to that game, so hopefully he gives me some good picks for that one. So it should be a good one.
Got him at the right time. You got him at the right time. Banged up the offensive line.
Sure.
We'll see if they heal. They might have got him there. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow on the drive-thru.
That's right, tomorrow on the drive-thru. I keep thinking it's a Friday for some reason. That's right.
I know it kind of feels like it, right?
Yeah, it feels like a Friday right now. Without a lot of, it feels like a college basketball Friday when there's nothing going on. Right there we go. All right, Jay, here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, if you miss our picks, we'll do a recap. There's no games at the top of the hour. Don't worry. So we're going a little over. So it's all right. We got some good NBA talking there with Jay. Let's get to my pick here. We've got. I'm going to give you. We're going to look here at this game, triple coverage with NFL tonight on a light sports day, but to head into a huge weekend. We're going to be looking again at this Broncos Colts game at 8:15 on Prime. Broncos 3.5 total 42. We're going to look at it a different way, not so much different though. We're kind of looking at a first half. I like first half unders here because I just think it's going to be kind of a defensive style game. We know the issues there with this Ryan at quarterback. He's just the situation here is the Colts give up 3.5 sacks a game, and Denver averages 3.5 sacks a game. That's really the situation there. I think it's going to be a tough night here for our guy Matt Ryan under center. Also, too, take a note here with the injuries here at the running back position here for the Colts. No Jonathan Taylor. They do have a pretty good backup, but again, you can't expect the backup to be strong the entire game. It's tough to do that. The Colts turnover prone, as we talked about. Those two road games were a little disturbing to me, right? They were shut out. Yes, they were shut. No points at Jacksonville. The 2020 tie here against the Houston Texans. And they had a very slow start in that game, right? I think they had hardly any scoring in that first half. They had to do a lot of catching up to do in that game. So I'm going to go here the first half here, under 20.5 here between the Colts and the Broncos. Guys, check out Pick Dogs. They do have a play right now from the NFL. Actually, I had a pretty good weekend in the NFL from Sunday to Monday. 6-1 to the spread here on my NFL. So good time to get on board with my NFL play. Also, part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion. You can match me up with some of the other cappers off that 2-for-1 deal. Great value there. You'll get all of my premium plays here for 30 days. I'll be in action in baseball all the way to the end of the World Series, right? That's when you look at the calendar or the MLB schedule, you'll see Game 7 of the World Series will be over within 30 days. So you'll have all the baseball playoffs. You'll also have all my NFL, all my college football, and of course NBA begins in 12 days, so NBA as well. So lots of action here with that 1 month all sports pass. You could use the promo code WIN15 at checkout. That will save you 15% off. And of course, add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion, even greater value there. You can add me up with Jay, with Millz, who's been on absolute fire. Shane Mickle has been on fire. Boy, a lot of good cappers. The cappers are doing great work right now. Damian, Alex, we got Tony Brown, Millz. 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value over at Pick Dogs. All right, let's go to the recap, guys. Let's recap the plays here from today's show. We got it started here. I'm getting my pick down here. We had Alex here with Rutgers +3 against Nebraska. We had Damian on the Mariners +125 against the Blue Jays in Game 1. Shane on the Colts +3.5 against the Broncos. Tony Brown Padres +120. These are Game 1s of these baseball games here. Game 1 against the Mets here. Padres +120. Game 1 against the Mets, as we said. Millz likes Alec Pierce over 2.5 receptions versus the Broncos. Jay was on Luka Doncic, the 2023 NBA MVP, return +450. My pick here, Colts Broncos under 20.5 in the first half. The one I like the most, boy, that Nebraska defense is just bad. I could see Rutgers just running the ball and just grinding them to death here. So I like the Rutgers there +3. That'll from Alex Smart. All right, that'll do it here on this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow. We will be live here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. We will have one baseball game in prime time, 4 from college football. So nice card for you guys here. We'll have plenty of picks for you on the show heading to a big weekend. Don't forget, it always gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's the morning show. You have Mitch, you got Rod, you got Chris. Also, the video series over at Pick Dogs getting well received. Romanelli's rundown from Major League Baseball, as well as Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We also have Javon's Parlay of the Day. We also have the NFL show. This week it was Big Al and Mitch. College football show shot today with Chris Romanelli, as well as Chris and Mitch. Also, be sure to tune in for the halftime show. Halftime for tonight's game, it's Jay and Mitch, halftime picks. Be sure to tune in. Have your phones with you right around the 2-minute warning. Have that phone up, be at the Pick Dogs channel, get ready for those notifications, and log right in. Better just hit the thumbnail. So when they go live, you don't have to take any action. It'll play right on your phone. So make sure you guys are tuned in at halftime for the halftime show. You want to get those halftime picks and advice here from both Jay and Mitch on tonight's game. So make sure you guys check it out. Don't forget, Millz and Brad back next week with the UFC show, an off week this weekend on UFC. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our staff, our cappers here for tonight's show. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great evening, afternoon. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.